to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who this is my husband Dustin, also known as Crustin. You guys may have noticed I haven't posted in a little over a week. If you can't tell by my voice, I have not been feeling good, and neither has Dustin. Don't worry, we did take tests and our test came back negative, so we're all good on that front, but we just have not been feeling good, and therefore we've just been taking a little break. You may be wondering, why is Dustin here with Lexi today? Because he's not normally in my intros, and that's because today we are going to be kind of making an announcement that we just didn't think that we're gonna have to make. It's really emotional. I'm already gonna start crying. Yeah, and so we're just gonna talk about that. Let me calm down for a second and then we'll be right back. The big announcement and why I'm getting so emotional is that we got orders out of state. So, we will have to move, and obviously you guys have seen us put just like a lot into this house. I'm sorry.
It's pretty emotional, pretty unfortunate, pretty unexpected.
Yeah. Obviously we weren't expecting this, and we'll get a little bit more into that, like how we found out where we were expecting to go and where we are going at the end. But it definitely was just like a huge shock for us, and we also didn't expect to get orders when we did.
Yeah, because we knew like time frame estimates, but it came in way earlier than the estimate.
Yeah, and when it came in, we had no answers. We didn't have a date, and we still don't have a date, but we do have an estimated time frame now, and so it was just very jarring to us, and we're still a little bit in shock. And I feel like a lot of other people that are in this situation normally wait to tell you guys until it's right there and they're about to move, and for me it just like was not an option. Like, it's been really hard not telling you guys because it's been affecting us like really bad, if you can't tell. I guess the next question is, when are we moving? And although we don't have an exact date yet, we do have a general time frame because of when Dustin's sea duty is up, and I guess you can kind of just tell them like what our estimated time frame is.
So for my job, I have to be on sea duty, which means on a ship, for 5 years. So 5 years would put me at around the April time frame. So
yeah,
that is late March, early April is when we're expecting now to be
heading
moving.
out.
Yeah, and we also got like confirmation from my detailer that is still the expected, because on the orders it also said like fill would be October. So we were like, wait, are we leaving way earlier?
Literally about to move?
Yeah, so it was definitely stressful not hearing anything, but now that we have that, we at least know it should be around this time frame, being March, April.
Yeah, and we have time, so we have about 6 or 7 months left to continue to work on the house. And I know that people are going to be asking like, what are you going to do with the hot mess house? And what we're going to do is we're going to continue to work on it. We haven't fully decided if we are going to sell it or rent it when we have to move. It will be under 2 years that we owned it, which is, a huge reason why selling it is going to be complicated, but I think that's probably our option that we're leaning towards at this point. It is really unfortunate, and that was never the plan.
No.
It was never the plan. So, the military really, like, once you get comfortable, everything changes. And it's always, we've had to deal with moving a lot. Like, we moved, how many times have we moved so far? Like,
so we've been 6 years. We went to Illinois, we went to Fredericksburg, we went to the apartment, went to our first house, second house, 5 times in 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah. And
your initial move, so originally she wasn't able to be up there with me yet, so she also had another move, so 6 times in 6.5 years.
Yeah. And so that's been like, you know, we've actually been so lucky to be in this area for the past, 3 or 4 years. And we have moved around in the area, but it wasn't like, oh, we're like uprooting our life and like really moving away. Those moves were our choice, and we felt more comfortable with them just because like the area, and we have friends here. This time it was just a shock. Like we were just, I think we're still in shock. I don't know. But basically what's going to happen is we will continue to make videos. I am never going to stop making videos about like renovating and redoing spaces and doing DIY projects in general. Because I'm going to have to be working a little bit faster now to make sure that everything is finished. I probably will only go back to 1 video a week for right now. I really was enjoying doing 2 videos a week, and I only did it for like a few weeks. But with this coming up, I know that it's more important to maybe actually do the projects instead of, you know, doing doing the same amount of projects in a week, but having to stop to like edit 2 videos. So, we will be like kind of taking it a step back and doing only 1 video a week. I still will put up YouTube shorts. So, and towards Christmas time, there will probably be a lot more videos, but we'll kind of talk about that later. Yeah, we're moving and it sucks, but we're going to continue to work on the house and make sure that no matter if we rent it or sell it, that the next person that gets this house walks into it and like just falls in love with it as much as
feels
we
what
did.
we felt.
Yeah. The next question I know we're gonna get is, what's gonna happen to Rick the Brick? And Rick the Brick, he's our son, okay? He will be coming with us.
Duh.
And we would never leave him behind. But there will be another Hot Mess House. And I don't know if it will be called Hot Mess House or what it's gonna look like. We really have no idea. But we do plan on buying another house and renovating another house. And we've learned so much now.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We're really, like, after the dust has settled, and of course we're still very sad, but like when you do this so many times, you kind of have to just like take it in and then move it on, because that's just how the military works. Like, we don't get an option, so we just have to make the best out of whatever's going on and trust that the universe has our back and that everything is meant for a reason. So, you know, we're kind of starting to get excited about it because, you know, we have learned so much, and we have really big aspirations, and we know that we can really make any house where we go a home. So we are excited about it. We're still sad, and it's still gonna be sad, but we're gonna bring you guys along. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're just gonna bring you guys along for the whole process, like packing up, you know, what it's like to move with the military, what all the crazy constraints are. Also, like, we don't have hard copies to the orders yet. We have verbal copies. So nothing is set in stone, and anything can change at any minute because that's just how the government works. So we're going to keep you guys updated. We're going to take you guys along with us on house tours, maybe the first time we even like go tour our new town. And maybe you guys can help us pick our next house. Like, we're excited that you guys will get to come along with us for that part of the journey, because I was just starting out on YouTube and TikTok when we did that this past time, and it was really, really like difficult. We tried to take a little bit of footage, but it was just, we weren't seasoned professionals. This time, at least there will be that, so we're excited about that, and we hope that you guys are too. I know it's gonna be very emotional leaving this house, and we're gonna just like be honest and upfront with you the entire way. I guess now we're gonna get into how we found out, why we were so shocked, and then where we're going. The reason that we bought this house and knowing that his sea duty was up soon is because we genuinely thought that we were gonna stay here.
Basically, you got to be 5 years at sea, and then you go to shore duty. And shore duty for us typically is local to like Southern Virginia, or it's gonna be in Fredericksburg, which is like a little bit more north, but still in Virginia. Yeah. The only other real option that typically would happen would be Illinois. However, whenever we went to like look at the orders, there were no Illinois at all. So we're like, awesome, we're set, we're staying in Virginia, we're good to go. That is what we had planned from the beginning, that's what we expected to happen. We truly believed Virginia was going to be
it. And you even talked to your detailer, and they were like so certain that they could get us to stay
local.
Like here.
Like not even like more northern Virginia, but like actual local. So that's whenever we started getting excited. We were like, oh, this is awesome. We're definitely set. Like there's no worries.
Dustin was on duty, which on duty means that he is on the ship for 24 hours and
cannot come home.
Can't come home. And he happened to find out that we were moving and get his like soft orders while he was on duty. Yeah. And I was home alone, and luckily my parents were literally on the way here because I was having an emotional breakdown. Yeah.
Whenever I had called her, I was like, please tell me they're almost there or they're there because you're going to need it.
As soon as he found out, he was like, I have to tell her.
Yeah, I don't hold in anything from her, really.
Yeah. So I was happy that he called and told me when he did, because I would have been so mad if he like knew for 24 hours and didn't tell me till he got home.
The next day, hey, surprise, honey, we're moving. Excuse me?
Yeah. So I guess what you guys are probably wondering now is, where are you guys moving to? And we are moving to New Jersey. So we're moving to New Jersey. It was not on our radar at all.
So like even of the list of like places that I could go, there were of course like things like I could go to Japan, but like not expected. New Jersey was not, like, that's not something I ever heard of with my job. And obviously, so, like, I'll relate that to her. So, like, we had no clue New Jersey was even an actual option for my job.
We were just like, what? We were shocked. I mean, we knew that there was probably a slight chance that we would go to Illinois, and we have lived in Illinois before, and we don't want to move back to Illinois, but we were, like, prepared for that to be an option, like a very slight option. But when we heard New Jersey, we were just like, oh my gosh, like we what?
Yeah. It was not expected. It was, and then also like, I don't know, with us being set on Virginia, being told we could stay local, we were honestly like pretty like mad. We were like, wait, how?
Yeah.
Why? What?
We were like, how is there any way we can get this changed? Like we were in a panic mode because obviously you guys know everything that we've been through with this house, and like just all the work I put into it, I'm like, and also Dustin has put into it, it's just, the thought of leaving was like gut-wrenching, and it still is, but we're really excited because we started to kind of talk to people about, you know, we're like, hey, you know, we got these orders to New Jersey, and they're like, oh my gosh, how did you get that? Because apparently they're like really good. I don't know if you want to talk about that. But.
I mean, so just a lot of people in the job have said like that's not a very common set of orders, and that like it is something that people will like actually try to go out of their way to get.
Yeah.
So us getting it kind of like, weren't expecting it, but it sounds like it's not going to be a bad thing like Navy-wise. And then also, of course, we've had time to process it, so we've looked in more to the area like outside of work, and it
looks like a really nice area. I'll tell you guys, like, the kind of area that we're going to is like South Jersey, so like near like Morristown, and you know, we really had no idea Like, we had no idea where that was, what was around it. Luckily, one of my, like, good friends from college, Josh, he grew up around there. Shout out Josh if you're watching this. And he grew up like 30 minutes. So I immediately texted him, and I didn't know he had lived that close to where we were like going. But I was like, do you know anything about this place? Please tell me. He was like, oh, people love it there. Like, it's a really good town. It's kind of expensive to live there. And then he was like, but you're gonna like it. And I was like, oh, thank gosh. Like, thank goodness. And then we started looking into the area, and we found some, like, really beautiful houses. Of course, we can't buy a house there yet, but we just kind of wanted to see, like, what the market was like. And it's really expensive. And it's kind of odd there. It's, like, there's either houses that are, like, I don't know, like 1,500 square feet, or they're like 3,000 square feet. Like, there are houses in between, but like the areas that we were looking to live in, it was like you either get like a small house, or you have like this ginormous house. And so we kind of started to get excited at the idea of like getting a really large, like, fixer-upper that we could continue to work on, because this will be Dustin's last stop for the Navy.
That's a party right there.
Yeah, and so not that we'll necessarily stay in New Jersey, but we won't be forced to leave after his contract is up. So the next house that we do get, we will have as much time as we need to continue to work on it and make it our own. And so I think that's why we started getting excited, because we're like, well, if we get this really big house and then, family can come, we're only going to be about like 3 hours away from most of my extended family that live in Northern Virginia, and some of my best friends. So we were excited about that. We're going to be an hour away from New York City, and we just felt like maybe this was put into our lap as like, a big opportunity to continue what we were already doing with this house. Oh, yeah. And so we're really excited about that. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to go buy a 3,000 square foot house, because I don't know if we're going to be able to afford it, and I don't know what's going to be on the market. Do we necessarily need 3,000 square feet? Probably not, but we do have some really big plans and ideas, and we are going to extend our family in the future, at least we hope. So we don't really know what's going to happen, but we are excited. If you guys know anybody that's from that area, anybody who's bought a house there or that lives around there, if you grew up around there, anything about it, please drop us a comment and let us know. We're eager to learn more about it, and we're hoping, once we get those hard copies of the orders that say, this is where you're definitely going, we're going to be taking a trip to Morristown, New Jersey. It's right outside of Philadelphia as well.
And to clarify, it's not Morris, it's Morristown, because there are both in Jersey. And that was another thing that actually tripped us up when we were looking.
Yeah.
There's a Morris and a Moores, but it's Morristown, New Jersey.
Yeah, but I say it like Morristown instead of Morristown, so like it's confusing.
Yeah, it all sounds the same, so.
Yeah, but we're eager to learn more about it, and after looking at the area, it looks really, really nice and kind of bougie, honestly. So we are a little concerned about how we're going to afford it. So we have no idea what's going to happen. And yeah. But we just want to let you guys know that we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to do the same thing. We might start a vlog channel.
Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, like a family vlog channel, because as you guys may know, this is like my channel, and Dustin has his own channel, but we were thinking about, just because of all of the craziness, and to give you guys a little bit more like behind the scenes, because mainly everything on this channel is like time-lapsed and whatever. So if you guys want to see that, definitely let us know. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to let us know. We're happy to answer everything. We just want to be really authentic about like where we are in our life all the time, because it's just our life. Like, I can't not share it with you guys. You guys are like a part of our family.
Hot mess homies.
Yeah, so I just like, keeping it from you guys was like eating me up. Like, ask Dustin. I was like, I can't get on social media and just like act happy because I was like,
we have recorded this video probably 3 times now.
Yeah.
So.
And the first time it was like I was so upset and just bawling the whole time that like you couldn't even understand me.
Yeah, there was no time to process it yet, so we were both still kind of like in that not happy state about it. Not that we're like necessarily happy, but like we've only upset at that point.
Yeah.
So.
And then the second time we tried to record it, like the camera was only focusing on like everything behind us, so we were all blurry and like going in and out, and it was just not. It was not it, and we were still kind of in this like incoherent, just like what is happening to us kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know what to say, but I just want to thank all of you guys for being with us through everything we've been through so far, and hopefully continuing to stay with us through our next chapter. It's gonna be really crazy, but I'm excited because we will be staying in this house for another 6 to 7 months, and we are going to make it the best possible house for, if we rent it or the new owners, and I'm going to continue to treat it like it's my baby because it still is.
Absolutely.
So that's our news, and we love you guys. We thank you for the support. Make sure if you're not already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell notification so that you don't miss any updates about this. And make sure you're following me on all my other socials. They'll be here on the screen and in the description box below. But that's it for us today, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!